Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. A man screaming in an ice cream shop was allegedly in possession of money and weapons stolen from a 29 Palms home earlier that day. On Saturday at around 2:55 p.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Cold Stone Creamery at the intersection of 29 Palms Highway and Adobe Road in 29 Palms. Witnesses told deputies that a man was yelling and screaming inside of the store and he refused to leave. Deputies arrived and contacted the suspect, Brad Adams Jr., a 35-year-old resident of 29 Palms, near the Jack in the Box on 29 Palms Highway. Deputies say they searched Adams and found a credit card, cash, and a knife that had been stolen from a home earlier that day. Brad Adams Jr. was arrested on suspicion of petty theft and burglary and is being held at the West Valley Detention Center on $60,000 bail. The high desert's most ubiquitous flora is a major part of tomorrow's meeting of the California Department of Fish and Wildlife Commission. Here with a look at the agenda is online news editor Robert Hayden.
The California Fish and Game Commission is meeting over 2 days starting on Wednesday, August 13th. Amongst the many topics relevant to Southern Californians, the Commission will once again consider approving the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan. At their last meeting in June, the 305-page plan was up for consideration for approval, and the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, or CDFW's director Chuck Bonham, urged the board to do it, saying that the plan was ready to go that day. He also pressed the fact that the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan is an iterative document that can continue to be updated after the Commission's approval. After a presentation by the CDFW's Senior Environmental Specialist Drew Kaiser on changes to the plan, many of the public comments urged the Commission to delay the approval until the financial impact to single-family property owners could be fully assessed. The Commission agreed to delay the consideration until August's meeting. Since then, the plan has had some updates, including the removal of Western Joshua Tree relocation requirements for properties under 10 acres. Those updates are expected to be presented to the Commission, which will then hear public comments before deciding on whether to accept the plan, which has been bouncing back and forth between the departments since February of this year. You'll be able to stream the Fish and Game Commission's meeting online, but to submit public comments, you'll need to either attend in person in San Bernardino or join the meeting remotely using Zoom. The Western Joshua Tree Plan action item is number 8 on the agenda, and the rest of the consent agenda items and public comments are scheduled for the following day, Thursday, August 14th. We'll have links to the agenda and how to view the meeting at our website, Z107.7 FM.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
Tonight's regularly scheduled meeting of the 29 Palms City Council has been canceled. The council typically meets on the second Tuesday of the month, which is tonight, but no meeting was scheduled. The council will meet next in regular session on August 26th. A new gymnasium for Joshua Springs Calvary Chapel will be discussed at tonight's Yucca Valley Planning Commission meeting. The commission will hold a public hearing regarding a conditional use permit that would allow the church and school more time to update their proposal regarding a planned 9,720 square foot gymnasium and additional parking. The board will also consider a temporary special event permit for a property at 58689 Ocotillo Drive while the applicant resubmits additional material. This is a continuation of a request made at an earlier meeting at which the commission requested more time to look into past code violations made by the vacation rental operating at the address. The Yucca Valley Planning Commission meets today at 6 p.m. in the Yucca Room at the Yucca Valley Community Center, located at 57090 29 Palms Highway. You can attend the meeting remotely at a link in this story at Z107.7 FM.com. The Bighorn Desert View Water Agency holds their monthly meeting today at 6 p.m. Annalise Kuiper joins us with a look at their agenda.
The meeting will begin with a closed session to discuss the public employment of the General Manager, Marina West. A conference with a labor negotiator, Stephen M. Kennedy, will also take place. The Bighorn Desert View Water Agency previously banked with Pacific, which has now become Bank of California. The current board of directors all have signing privileges, and these will be carried over to Bank of California. 2 directors must sign on any bank banking transaction. The board will consider authorizing the investment of monies into the local agency investment fund, if this is found to be in the best interests of the Bighorn Desert View Water Agency. All the board members, the general manager, and the account technician would be authorized to order the deposit or withdrawal of monies in the local agency investment fund. The board will consider receiving and filing the annual disclosure of reimbursements exceeding $100 for fiscal year 2024-2025. Verbal reports will be heard from the general manager and the board, located at the board meeting office 1720 North Cherokee Trail in Landers. The meeting will begin at 6 p.m. and the public is encouraged to attend. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Annalise Kuiper.
And finally, the Chaparral Artists are hosting a day of blooming art tomorrow. The High Desert Artist Group invites everyone to an event they're hosting at Goobler Orchids. Artists from across the Morongo Basin and beyond are invited to enter the nursery and use live orchids as their inspiration for photography, drawings, paintings, and more. All the orchids that are in bloom will be moved toward the front of the nursery for easy artist access. They ask that you wear closed, non-slip shoes and bring your own supplies. The event is tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Goobler Orchids, located at 2200 Belfield Boulevard in Landers. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.